You are writing something these days?
I have already written. It's called Ashad Bar. It's called Ashad Bar. Bar means if we drink that kind of a bar, a cold bar.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is about it. It will be staying now. It's about. It's four playwrights in there.
Okay.
Kalidas, Shudra, Mohan Rakhi, and a modern, and a contemporary young Marathi playwright. And the idea is that Mohan Rakesh, it's partly on, it's a takeoff from Ashad Ka Ek Din. And the argument goes that Kalidas was an absolutely bad playwright. And he wrote about kings and queens, and he is like somebody like Karan Johar or that kind of playwright, or Suraj Bhatt. His plays were not different from this kind of love stories. And Mohan Rakesh says that he suffered a lot politically in the play, etc. I mean, it's a contradiction, an internal contradiction. If he has not taken any political position and taken all the advantages of being with the king, then he has no right to that trouble. I mean, if you are taking all the advantages of the market, why should you be grudging about what market does? So that's the argument that goes on between Shudra and Kalidas. And the same argument develops between this Marathi playwright, who is all, falling internally, having no social kind of interest or argument, very decorative kind of playwright. So obviously two sides and that tension develops. And it happens in a bar, so all the paraphernalia is there. You're playing your music. It will be staged in Marathi. Actually, many people want to do it in Hindi also because it basically takes off on Mohan Rakesh's. So it may be appreciated more in Hindi.
So why does the Marathi still try to translate?
Yeah, I will send it to you, but you will need to find some good translator.
Translation is difficult.
Yeah, because you see that I think many people try. Because I have put it nearly a year back. At least 3 or 4 people have told me for Hindi version of it. But everybody from Kolkata, Padati group, they also wanted to do the Indian production of it. But they also tried, they are not getting, especially this play has a very, it's a very good language based play. I mean, Mohan Rakesh is Hindi and Kalidas is Sanskrit, and so that language is very heavy. It's not like a joke where anybody, a rickshawala talks and the worker talks. And so the language can be very simple, free, everyday language. But in this kind of a play, if Kalidas is speaking, then you need to have parallel Hindi idiom. That's the problem. Find some good translation. And I've also written a novel. I've just finished it. It is about again, that's the first time about a writer. None of my work till now has been about writers. My protagonists have never been writers. It is the first time that the protagonist is a playwright. About slightly younger than me, about 45, 50 age. When he starts thinking about his depression, his resentment about towards the society, towards his own writing, life. It's difficult to tell this. Novels are big. They are not focused, they are not pointed, they are plot. Mainly you will be interested more in this, the history of that. That's coming in English, right?
I'm interested in novels, but I can't read Marathi.
Yeah. No, one of my novels has been published
Yeah.
in English. In fact, you should because the protagonist is actually a
One day I will learn Hindi. Yeah, Marathi, sorry. But and we translate all of your plays and certainly.
Kiran was doing some translation.
Yeah,
I
it-
translated your book so in Hindi. After that performance in Bhopal,
Uh-huh.
I tried to translate that and I given that translation to one of the member of Beru so that when we perform next time,
Yeah.
we will.
You will have a better version of it.
So no, I translated it.
Yeah.
That the original.
From original Marathi.
Yes.
So Karna.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling in this BJP government as a writer or intellectual?
Still, we have not been enrolled. Still, at least in Maharashtra. Now, Maharashtra is also have we also have a BJP government. Fortunately, they can't come on their own in Maharashtra, at least in this election. But we are still going to face the music. There is no doubt.
Attacks which it makes.
Yeah, yeah. And then all their external concerns, all other concerns are Punjab.
But sir, in this era, BJP is rising everywhere. It is coming to power. So, and there are different movements like this Kiss of Love movement.
Yeah.
And different types of movement emerging, which sometimes may be in contradiction which is within each other. For example, class movement can be difficult. So, in such situation, when our movements are fragmented and we are sometimes opposed to each other. So, how do we like to make them? Although you did, you tried to do that in your Choraha, Bahujan Wala, something was like to bring them into a single framework.
Politics.
So how in such era, in this era, how to like? Do you have any framework or do you have now some
Who am I? Am I higher? I'm not
some
confused.
idea?
I'm a poor Marathi writer.
Yeah.
But you see, it's very difficult. But this has been a problem. Divided left movement has been a problem for ages, especially in India. And especially with Indian conditions where there are many versions, like Gandhi or Ambedkar or socialist movement. It's very difficult to come together. They try something under one organization called NAPM, National Association of People's Movements, where from people like Gandhians like Meera Patkar or Aruna Roy, to not, I would say, randomness, but people really who are left Marxist, they are also in that movement. Many people from Kerala are associated with it. And they hold one convention every year. This time it was their 20th anniversary, and it was held in Pune. I was on their what do you call Swagat City. They do discuss problems and tensions between them and how to face this kind of announcement. But this is actually, in my opinion, as a writer, these are absolutely exciting times. Because really something has happened. And the space Congress has been shaken. So now something will happen. How we deal with it is but these are good days for theatre and literature. And always it happens that under these conditions, better theatres, better novels, better painting comes out.
So they have realized we are useless till now. So we need to.
I see, you can't fight Natsir or I mean Manmohan Singh. Because how to fight him is a problem. Now we know.
One day at my center, history center, debate was going on that, and every historian was saying that we are proved useless now. So we need to think how to reach to the larger public by taking our historical project, because what kind of history they are practicing is too far from the ordinary.
That's true. That is a problem, reaching out to more public without diluting your content. Is the basic problem that every good writer or actor or any kind of artist struggles with. Because again, if it is, what I have found out in theatre especially, even in like workers theatre, all these people like Sudan or Vasanta Rajani or those kind of groups, it's many a times we are talking to the converted. In a sense, it is necessary to unite them or keep them active or get them forward direction. But it is obvious they are going to like what I am performing or what I am saying because they are already converted.
It's a closed group.
It's a closed group, but I mean, I feel nice that they are happy in my play. They feel nice that they are as their stream. How to reach the other side? How to convert the non-converted is the real.
Some people ask us, why do you go to Mandi House to perform? If we get a chance, I mean, we go to Mandi House to participate in any festival that's by the government happens there. People ask us, why do you go? Then our answer is that we want to reach out to the audience that is already, that's not, in similarity with what we say. Or what
But it's very easy to choose this place in JNU and get an audience who can interact. Then they like the place, they may not like the place. But it's easy. It's very difficult to do it in any other
that is,
environment.
survival is actually there in JNU. In fact,
Well, then we feel nice. It's like you scratch my back as well. Then it's the real, that's the real test.
I don't really test how to survive. I mean, you have to be very smart because we survive on government funds, whatever we get. We don't go for other
But that's
sources.
the problem because
That's
slowly
kind of-
slowly what happens is that smartness takes over. The depth of the That's the basic struggle that one has to go on fighting throughout. That थोड़ा compromise करो तो ये हो जाएगा, थोड़ा compromise ये हो जाएगा. So suddenly a stage comes where you are on that side instead of.
That is one danger. And the other thing is that you'll be scrapped.
Yeah, you will be
You'll
sad.
thrown
So
to
you
the
have to do that. But all the
But you,
time.
either we are there, that's why, I mean, we feel that this is the success that otherwise it wouldn't be possible for any group to survive for 18 years now,
Yes.
for the impulse, even 18
That's a
years.
great idea.
And for any group to function, there are many issues. Somebody has to give up their life, not even have any personal life to give time. So all these issues are that question, how do you survive? And especially when we asked BJP government in this era of, even in small pockets of Delhi or West, what is happening? Why these? I mean, I never heard this in the 4 years of, or even, let's say in the last 4 years of Congress. We have been consciously observing, but we wouldn't hear this kind of Muntanism emerging in pockets in the name of just religion. And of course, there's
No,
always
as you
caste
said,
atrocities.
it's a totally perverse sense of history.
Yeah.
It's such a perverse sense of history that they have.
They are attacking the institutions.
Yesterday, I'm not now able to really follow the papers and editorials, but I have read in today's paper, yesterday's paper, that they have scrapped German from India and they have instilled Sanskrit.
No.
This kind of thing is not good. It's going to, they are doing a wonderful game that the main people don't say anything about.
Yeah.
And all their other properties
Parivar is doing
a number of things which they don't stop at them. So this kind of a combination is deadly. Absolutely.
So do you see any threat to performing arts?
It will be the first be attacked because it is one thing because performing arts have been banned from Plato's time. That's the first art that was banned by Plato. the same thing happened. I mean, our whole Natya Shastra evolved out of that. The idea Natyas were performed outside, and there was a fight between Asura and the gods by after seeing a play. And then Parvata says that you will not do it outdoors. It's impossible to control the crowd. You bring them in, make them see. The same thing that the football stadiums were built for. Football matches was standing, and it was found out that you make the people sit with proper seats, and the hooliganism and the kind of emotional outbursts come down to 50%. So performing art is going to be the first value protest, because you can reach the people who don't read, you can reach people who can't read, you can reach people live, 1,000 people at a time, you can evoke them emotionally so much, which a novel or painting can do.
Because like all of the fundamentalist powers, like they get the first objection or opposition from performing arts only. Because the other form of arts like writing, a poetry or novel or any other thing, like it can be not direct to them, and it will come after some time or like after a decade, and they have no problem.
And
But
how many people read it in India?
yeah, that's the
A good novel being read by thousands of people, and that also takes years. One performance goes for 1,000 straight. So that would be the first attack.
They are putting their people on institutional spaces.
Yeah, that is happening. Now they are building up, I heard, Banaras Hindu University is a counterpoint to JNU.
So, in the time of this kind of crisis, shall we like be more clever or little bit like to adopt ourselves and perform in different manners so that like, we can also communicate our thing and it doesn't look like the direct threat to the insect. Or we have to find some middle way.
I think both things help. Because I don't know, it depends on how the other side reacts, what kind of a mental framework you have. Because it's very difficult, because it's very difficult really to stand up, especially as a single writer or a single artist. There's not a glamour of it. It's very difficult. You're either to stand up to a stage or to any terrorist. It's very difficult. Because they are soft targets. And the propaganda that can take place because of attacking a single play is such a huge advantage. So actually we tried to do in Pune, it didn't help that time, that we should at least have some kind of a helpline kind of a thing, that if one play was attacked, immediately for the next show, at least 100 theatre activists from Pune will be present. That for next, say, 5 performances, theatre people will be present just to support that. But that is not happening. I mean, that is one way of doing things. That if they are dependent on propaganda by attacking the play, let's make that the word that into our propaganda. By making 100 people present from our side as well.
But sir, but I think that you want to fight now the captured power is.
No, this kind of fight we can't fight, but at least we can raise the. So I said that this is at least at this first stage, because still we have a reasonable. I think electronic media is gone.
Yeah.
It is completely gone. They have got nearly all channels, all channels now, either corporate or global. There are still some periodicals and some print media still available to us.
So even in the same, for example, in history, if you
Even if you like
I have
talk to
been
them
trying to
about
get
some
for
kind
the
of,
3 months.
I mean, if you start discussing about the ideology with him about he will sense it right away. It's not possible to do it. Maybe you should start looking somewhere else. We'll wait for you all. What could be that situation? Even drama schools or main places where drama is or performing arts is highlighted is taken away by such.
But that is bound to happen. I mean, state level institutions, whether they're right, I mean, it is not clear. Same thing is happening to the left. They are run by a particular faculty.
But I'm sure
If you have a different idea about left, then they would throw it out. And NSD especially, I mean, institutions in Delhi are trying to really have. Because NSD is so, I mean, it is not even a question. I mean, we are talking about something that even doesn't exist. Because NSD is so bureaucratic that even the director can't do it. Even if he wants to. This director now, Rahman, and he is a very, he comes from a small Maharashtra town of Beed. And he used to do some kind of reasonable work to start with. Even earlier, Anuradha Kapoor or some other reasonable people were there, but the problem is that bureaucracy and corruption is so rampant there. Just 1.5 years back, they had spent spent more than crores on this RFP. And government went and stopped their financing. And so the people were employed people, staff and faculty were not paid for more than 6 months. And the director and the dean and everybody just left. Nothing. You go there and nothing, absolutely nothing. It's in hold of we forget bureaucracy. That is just, I think, it has got hold of this. Even all the universities, my wife works in university, she is an economics department. I think the peon there is more powerful than the lead. It's impossible. I mean, if she wants to do anything in economic department, even vice chancellors are there. Because universities are run for the staff, not teachers. They are not run for students. They are not run for academics. They are certainly not run for knowledge. And not run by the faculty. They are run by.
Sir, it will be very interesting to know how do you see the current writings related to weaker section of the society, for example, Dalits and Bahujans. Because I have this question in my mind, because if we see in the 70s and 80s in Maharashtra, there were some journals, some of the Marxist journals like Tatparya and Magova, and there are also some Dalit journals like Baburao Babul. So these journals were full of theoretical and conceptual knowledge, which always force the reader to think in a various angle. So how do you see in the current era, in current period, how these writings, how can you evaluate this?
See, I think there are two problems. I've tried to meet many Dalit writers, or there are some workshops also held for playwrights in Maharashtra. They are called Bodhi Natya playwriting workshops. There are two problems in my opinion. One problem is that we somehow have a tradition, at least not only in Maharashtra, that's an all India kind of, maybe Bengal is some exception to that. That we treat creative literature and theatre as if it has to be cut off from any intellectual theoretical activity. Understanding politics, social activities, sociology, philosophy, theoretically is a taboo. And in fact, that works very well for all middle class activities. Because once you start understanding theoretically exactly who is exploiting who, then you realize that I am the exploiter. So all middle class would always want to not touch upon that. So even people, writers like Tendulkar or Nemade or all, even outside writers, they would always say, cut out intellectual activity. We are understanding intuitively. That's partly true. But then you see film directors like Ketan Mehta or anybody, or writers like Adekar, their first couple of plays or couple of films are very good. Because they are very sensitive people, they are thinking about society, etc., etc. But they depend entirely on their experience. Now, how wide or how deep an experience will a middle class person have, or varied? That उसकी वो जो पूंजी होती है, वो तो पहले तो काम में खत्म हो जाती है. Then you need sympathy or empathy with somebody else. Then you need to understand society or philosophy intellectually. I mean, if you read any good, really internationally renowned writer, the boundary between philosophy, sociology, etc., etc., and creativity, literature is not there. You read Dostoevsky, you read Brecht. You can't separate out their political position, their creative writing, their philosophical understanding, their existential position. This doesn't happen in Indian languages on large scale. You may point out one writer here, another. This has happened in Dalit literature also, or subaltern or dual. Now the first burst that happened in 1950s, 1960s, or even earlier, through Satyashodaki, Khalse, Ambedkari, Khalse, in 1930s, was dependent on their experiences. And when they got a kind of a movement and freedom through that, through Ambedkar or through Constitution or through Indian freedom, etc., that came out at that time. Once that material of experience got over, now the experience is very similar. Now you have to understand the next question, where the Dalit politics has now come to. Now, where is the Republican Party in Maharashtra? There are about 100 factions. What happens to Mayawati's parties? What happens to, because the Brahmins are gone and dead, at least in Maharashtra, they are only 3%. Now the problem is not at all the Brahmins and Dalits, but the OBCs. This new politics has to be understood. One. Secondly, you really need to meet the global thought processes now. You will need to know. If you want to go to the next step, you will need to know Marxism, you will need to know late Marxism, you will need to know Frankfurt School, you will need to know structuralism, post-structuralism, post-colonialism, post-modern theism, and then you will be able to have some kind of understanding how Dalit politics is to be. Now we are talking, till now, even Tendulkar or Paul Rakesh, or even if you see, we were following Shakespeare, then we started following Ibsen, then we started following Shaw and Chekhov and Brecht. Now there is no following. It's over. In this globalized world, we are now, you call them bankers, you call them fresh. You have to meet the world and take on the world as a writer in Hungary, as a writer in America, as a writer in Canada. You may be Dalit, you may be Brahmin, you may be Marathi, you may be Hungary, you may be anywhere. This wide kind of a worldview or perspective is lacking. So even the Dalit writing now is facing the same problem that Marathi writing faced either 1930s or 1980s. Middle class. Now Dalit, subaltern, Marxist, all the writers of this is because they are not really, their worldview is not wide enough to really deal with the complex present social. And in theatre, it's always going to be more. This I found out. I am not really exposed to all world of theatre, but whenever I go out and get some information, this is happening worldwide. I think novels are dealing with the conditions much better. All over. Because theatre, again, the audiences have to be immediately receptive. It's here and now. Whereas in literature, in a novel, a novel of a very different kind comes up. You can read it slowly, you can go back, you can go forward. You can read it again after some review appears and then you understand. It does happen. In theatre, everywhere is plus the onslaught of TV, onslaught of film. French film has been eaten up by the world. German film is nearly gone. I mean, there was an excellent film called Hitler in Hollywood. Did you see? I think it was 3 years back. It was a French film on how Hollywood finished off French film. French avant-garde. So, not only do we need to have this kind of wide perspective, we also have to deal with this kind of onslaught of Hollywood and Bollywood and Tollywood and TV. But that is also an opportunity because what we don't need to do what TV does. We need to do exactly what TV does not do, and then people will come.
Indian theatre earlier also in India especially we are dealing with so many problems. Earlier these theatre groups, it's like still somewhere and now basically in India it is all about survival because now the TV is the mostly that's popular. I think it should have been the other way around how a social political agenda should be taken by theatre, not by novels. I think it should have, in India it should be the other way around. Theatre should be more, should be concerned with the more of the socio-political agendas, and especially in the country, we are still very much confused with what is national theatre, especially with all these big terms that are easily thrown by these various form. And there was a huge debate on what is national theatre and what is.
There's nothing like national theatre.
Actually,
Yeah, that's true.
is there anything called Indian theatre itself?
Yet we will be country to have national theatre. That would be a help to have one national theatre. National theatre is a all the
What is your take on nationalism?
Maharashtra together and
What is your take on nationalism?
the problem with India Bengali is of course there because they feel that Bengali theatre or Hindi theatre is national. I would have liked to take on
Marathis cannot claim that national.
no Marathi, no Kerala, no person can say that. Because that's what happened. That was one of the impetus why I wrote socio-political history of Marathi. I mean, not wrote. I wrote it in Marathi. But why, when UP said that you translate it in English, I took on the job. Because translating nearly 1800 pages is not a one thing. I was very bored after doing that. I wanted to go to something creative. But I thought that this should go out in English. then people will know and understand that the world exists beyond Bengal and Hindi. I mean, for people like Amartya Sen, Bengal and Oxford is nothing else exists. I mean, now we are knowing about, I mean, the world is knowing about, or India is knowing about Mahatma Phule, and people just don't know outside. I mean, who was a thinker from Kerala, who was a thinker from, as if nothing. I mean, Bengalis are leaders and many intellectuals, and I am not denying their work at all. But it is not as if nothing else exists. Especially cases like Maharashtra is very strong. Maybe Kerala is very strong. Yes, even especially post 1850s or 1890s, socio-political sector has been considered today to America. It was not located in Bengal, but they don't think that it may take ever out.
And I find like this is done by bureaucracy only. Because it's very.
It has been done by intellectuals.
No, like for an example, like when I was in South Korea, most of the embassy programs, like being conducted by them, it's all like Indian thing, and they are like mostly projecting Hindi. Indian cinema means Bollywood.
Yeah,
Indian literature means Hindi literature. Indian theatre means like
And Tagore was celebrated like anything.
Yeah,
Tagore. 100th anniversary. Everywhere.
Now, Jaipur Literacy Festival, just last 2 years they have started calling people like that.
Oh, sir.
Otherwise, hello, how are you?
Shamli.
बैठिए. And my wife, Madam Chini, daughter, he is a very senior member of the government.
चंद्रान भाई थोड़ा पीछे आ गए.
वैसे जो
You like your tea?
no, he just
Now you do that.
I had a meeting with somebody from French department. He was translating some.
Milind.
Milind.
Yeah.
Milind is our Milind.
Yeah.
Milind.
Dongri. I had some few friends here in not political science,
Linguistics. Milind is in linguistics.
Yeah, Milind is in French, yeah. French studies. At a few young people, not sure.
He's a
Not
faculty there.
No,
Okay, that's another.
Yeah, faculty we met that.
Baviskar.
Baviskar.
One French faculty is there.
Also
Baviskar. He's also Maharashtra.
So small.
He's from Dhule. Yeah, he's small. With specs.
Actually, he's not my friend, he's my friend's friend. I'm a friend here called Vaibhav Amnavi. I don't know if you see him or something. Yeah.
Vaibhav,
He was from international studies. But I
he was in arts and studies before.
Vaibhav Amnavi?
No. International.
International studies.
Yeah,
International.
we know.
You might be knowing.
Yeah. Then Akshay is there.
Akshay Joshi.
Yeah, Akshay he is in German.
German department. Yeah.
I mean, last an aesthetic, that guy, that guy name is
Kiran Pawar.
Kiran Pawar.
He started.
He's in Pune.
Yeah, he's doing some workshop.
Everybody is in Korea.
Doing some production.
Acha, now means presenting.
Yeah, exactly.
But he didn't NTNU.
Yeah, he registered himself.
He registered
After
for
was-
PhD.
He registered.
He didn't submit as
Many PhD students do register here. Because I have seen many young people who just deregister.
Vaibhav is also.
Yeah, Vaibhav was also deregistered. Be careful.
I have just started.
I haven't registered as well.
Vaibhav is in film thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, Vaibhav was in.
So extension means
That's what makes you the film thing. But you are, so I can't say.
I am saving. Ready to adopt myself.
No, but in Western countries, there are people who do both things. The problem here is that once we cross the boundary, we just do. And people like Richard Burton and stays born like Elizabeth Taylor, and they used to do hardcore experimental. I don't know.
Orson Welles was there.
Yeah.
Orson Welles, like he started from theatre and then like now legend.
I think the problem here is that there are so many theories here. In AOD, I was missing the same thing. There are so many theories that are bombarded onto you. Plus, there are Indian versions of theories. And there are thousands abroad that are generating and regenerating again. And finally, we don't get time to practice. And we just dwindling in the theories.
Yeah, that happens in Institute very late. But yeah, because for us, who are not, who don't come from academic background, especially background like AU, the problem is we are too much into practice and no theory. That's what we are talking about. That you don't understand socially or intellectually. Really, there should be a balance of it.
But this is what like we are trying to do in Behroop, to deconstruct all theories. Yeah.
But that exactly the other things happen to FTI students. By the time they pass out, they have seen so much Buddha that so much they, before you create. I mean, if I start writing my first play, before that, if I have read nearly everybody, then I'm not going to be able to write it. Because your first works are going to be struggling and having problems and technical problems. And if I start comparing myself with Kamini and Dostoevsky as right in my first novel, it's going to be pretty good. That's what happens to FTI students.
Yeah.
They just see nearly 3 films every day for multiplied by 365 days, multiplied by 3 years, and very few students are really able to do anything after coming out of it. Then they go join Bollywood and do something totally. They come out very idealistically. The finances
At the end of the day, like their idols like are Bhansali and Irani and all. So
that's what they end up. So either this theory or overexposure before you commit it. It's very difficult to, as Marathi में बोलते हैं, सफेद पे काला, black and white. You have to write something and then.
actually they are supplemented with so many things, which is not easy to digest. That's why they just vomit.
And then you get caught up before you start, they just would come out and say that I've used Bressonian images. And then say, where are your images? What theory are you doing? You can't say these are Bressonian images and this is a linear thing and that is a post structuralist. What do you want to do? You have nothing to say. That's the problem that happens with too much exposure before you start producing anything.
There are many cases like that.
Yes.
They will tell you.
Yes, they will analyze it. But it's a different thing to produce something on your own. That's why I probably mastered that I'm not a Marxist. You should come to Maharashtra and give you this new play here.
We will love,
right?
We are waiting for
some
invitation.
Yes, we have tried it. Nice. But unfortunately, Pune is a very bland city. It doesn't have any theatre festivals, it doesn't have any book fairs. We only earn money and live happily. Theatre festival? No, nothing. There's one good international film
festival.
That film festival is very good. I have to say it because I have to run this film. But that one good
Is this like, are you talking about Mavi, Mumbai Film Festival?
No. That is different.
It's PIF.
Very different.
True. I got confused with PIF. Like there is another PIF. So I got confused with this PIF, with the PIF in like Pushan International Film Festival and it's Pune International Film Festival.
This time, Jabbar Patel will be is the president of this, na? Jabbar Patel is the president, na? Jabbar Patel. Pune.
Actually, he was the one who started. And it was a small festival about 8-10 years back. But now, this year, we are having films from 87 countries. And we see about 300 from 87 countries. 3 retrospectives, 4-5 country focuses. And I work for them for selecting films for the competitive section. So we get entries from around 450 to 500 films from all over the world, from which we select the 14 films, which has gone to the international jury. That's the only good thing of some wonder that happens. Otherwise, we are this area of around 55 to 60 lakhs. But we just.
My sister and my brother-in-law.
As soon as good theatre happens, we produce. We don't see anybody else's. We write and we don't listen to anybody. We don't read anybody else's work. We write. Good writers are there. True.
पागल इतनी देर से लगा हुआ है फोकस है हिलाओ मत
इसमें से कर देना
Once in 2 years.
Once in 2 years is also good if you really are a writer. If you end up writing 20 plays in your life, it's great, but those 20 plays have to be.
So what do you think about Prithvi Theatre? Like
Prithvi was really good till this Sanjana Kapoor was there.
nowadays,
Sanjana's left. Sanjana's left because there was a fight on their property. And her brother has taken over from 2 years back. And till Sanjana was there, in fact, they had formed a group, I mean an all India organization called Theatre. And there were 3 basic centers. One at Beguru in Karnataka. Second was Prithvi in Mumbai. And third was Skandar of Miss Turkiya. Sudhanva's. Yeah, Janmarkya. So it was actually Sudhanva, Sanjana and Akshara from Karnataka. And then people like me were associated with them. But Sanjana, and then they had a base where we could do something. We had Prithvi Theatre in hand. So they gave us at least every Saturday for Marathi plays or something like that. Not that or everything is gone. And Hindi and English theatre in Mumbai is absolutely ranked. I mean, I won't say even commercial, ranked. Bad. Worse than bad. Let's say comedies there. Yeah. Nothing. They charge 2,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees a ticket. Yeah. No, that is started saying Delhi is worse as suppose. This chorus was acting in one of those places. They charge. I mean, it's an event. That is not theatre. You know, you go there are food stalls and all that.
an audience like they are being served
Wine 5,000, 10,000 per ticket. And now that is starting. Still, that data is not that money, but tickets are in thousands. So, Prithvi is totally taken over by them now. Their international still is gone. The space is still one of the ideal spaces for very good theatre.
What about the
Gujarati theatres were all virtually all not as serious. I mean, even they would accept it. It's not but there are exceptions. You see, you can't. I mean, these are very rare exceptions, and they also perform more Hindi. There are some good activists or good performers even in Ahmedabad, but they are really small islands, and they don't have. The problem throughout India is virtually nobody is alive except Maharashtra. Karnataka is dead, Bengal is dead.
Sir, what we see that the Marathi theatre also there is it has become very middle class oriented or it's entertainment oriented. For example, Prashant Damle, who is a very well known actor. So they are.
That has always been there in Maharashtra, but there is another strand that has always existed in Maharashtra.
But there is opposition to that stand. For example, in Sambhaji Bhagat's Shivaji, there is always opposition to such kind of theatre.
There have been always three strands. One is the rank commercial strand in Marathi. It actually started from the first Marathi play, 1843. That play was staged commercially. I mean, that's a very funny story. I have only 10 minutes, but it is a nice story. This is the first Marathi play. Was by Vishnudas Dhave. I mean, he was a puppeteer. He not puppeteer exactly, he used to make masks and puppets of religious kind. And that happened in a small town called Santi. Now, Maharashtra doesn't have a very rich tradition of either classical arts or folk arts. We have some folk arts like tamasha or bhajan or something like that. But tamasha has become a very debauched kind of performing form. It was taken over by the Peshwas of the last. They are of the last typical Mughal last debauched years. Say 50 or 70 years before 1857. Same thing was happening to Peshwas. And the tamasha was used only as a sexual or an erotic form. So there were three basic problems in the society. That Brahmins had lost their political power as well as their economic power. They had lost even jobs. Because the only two jobs that did was either they were the preachers or they were paid by the Peshwas for being in the army or not doing anything. So that was the first loss. The second loss was the missionaries were coming and preaching Christianity. That was before 1857. So they were East India Company days. So the missionaries were out in strong or a very aggressive way. That was the second problem. And the third problem was that the Brahmanical value system was being eradicated. So there was one small ruler or a Tatar from Sanghi, and he thought that we should do something. He saw Yakshagan from Karnataka, and he said that we should do something on these lines, which will talk about mythology. And it's the same thing that is happening now. It's a kind of a revivalist effort, saying that we have had all this in history. We are better than Britishers. Our religion is better than Britishers. Our value systems, that Brahmanical value system is better than all other value systems and so he commissioned Vishnudas Dhave, a young person, a young Brahmin from, and he told him to stage a play based on that Lakshana. With these three ideas in mind, and fight all the other value systems, fight the Christian missionaries, and fight the British political rule. Because in Maharashtra, all the three parts, economic, religious, as well as social, in the social hierarchy, were concentrated in 3% Brahmins, in the hands of 3% Brahmins. So they had lost everything, their jobs and everything. So all the actors were Brahmin, the writer was Brahmin, the director was, everybody, the king was also a Brahmin. small and so he told Vishnu that I will do all sorts of things. I will give you lands, etc. etc. By the time the production was staged, the king died, Vertogen died. And he had a small son, so Britishers took over, they employed a caretaker. So this play group went to the caretaker and they said that see, we have no jobs, Brahmins don't have any work, they can't produce shoes, they can't produce shirts, they can't clean the soil, they can't do anything. We were in the army, there is no more army. So now how do we survive? Our king had promised us to do this play and then he was going to give us lands and this and that and money and everything. The British caretaker, who was also in Maharashtrian person, but he said that no, I can't get it. What I can do is that the king has already spotted your production cost, how working, practical work is very important for the theatre from those times. But now for performances, you have to survive on the. Then Vishnu Das Bhave, as visual anthem, came to Bombay. He looked at the British theatre and the Parsi theatre that was already going on in India. He studied the theatre. He studied how they staged, how they performed, how it was charged, and he started doing his performances, mythological performances in Mumbai, and that became the first commercial place in Marathi. That's why commercial stage in Marathi today is still strong. Probably the only commercial stage covering the entire country. We may blame commercial stage, but we need commercial stage because that's how audience is created.
Still they are doing mythology?
No. They are all special plays. Now the funny part of it that because this mythology plays came about, even Britishers used to come and see because Brahmins could do sword fighting in there, and they wanted to study the sword fighting of Brahmins because they were the last major rulers in entire India, the Marathas. Then what happened was when the Britishers came about, and there was the Balgangadhar Tikela movement in Maharashtra, the first political movement which stood against understanding the implications of colonialism in the whole of India. Playwrights came about who used, and British censors on theatre came in 1876. The censors on press came in 1910. So press censor came in more than 30 years earlier than press censor. That's about US came out, when theatre is that important. So then political writing in Maharashtra was very serious, and it was done by political activists like Khadilkar. And he was actually Tilak's follower, and he went to Nepal to learn bomb blasting and everything. He came back, and he was followed continuously by British spies. And he used mythological form for political theatre. And very seriously, very severely. So when press censorship was to be brought about, and he was the editor of the journal or the newspaper started by Tilak. So these plays and Tilak's editorials were used by Britishers to convince their parliament to bring about the Press Act. So from that time, Marathi theatre is commercial and political. Both stands at the same time. Plus, third was Mahatma Phule. He wrote the play in 1855. Every major political leader has virtually created a play. Savarkar has written 3 plays. You know about Thackeray? I heard that Raj Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray, and his father was Bal Thackeray, the person who started the Shiv Sena. His father was Sitaram Keshav Thackeray or Prabodhan Thackeray. He was a very staunch Hindu fanatic but anti-Brahmin. That's a very funny concoction. No, but that's a very funny concoction in Maharashtra that still continues in Shiv Sena. Extremely anti-Brahmin, but Hindu fanatic. That's an anti-Muslim entire Shiv Sena base is non-Dalit, non-Dalit. It's basically an OBC base. So that's a very funny combination at the product. He has created two excellent anti-Brahmin plays. So all these three standards, the commercial, the subaltern or social, and the political, have existed for 1843.
How do you look at the Dalit Rangamubhi's movement in Maharashtra?
Now
It's not existed, but when it was existed.
It was very thriving and strong. Two movements post-independence. One was the workers' theatre, Rana Sakati, Shai Ram, and the other was that we started a bit late. After the theatre, the workers' theatre movement stopped in the 1960s, around 1965. And because IPTA was never very strong. It existed, but it was never as it was in Bengal or in Delhi or in throughout India. Because all IPTA people joined Bollywood. No, that was from Balraj Gandhi to, I mean, so many of them. Anyway, I will leave. Thanks to all of you for giving me pleasure. चाय तो हमारे दूसरे फ्रेंड हीरा ट्रॉली का करना है. Yeah, I also got it. I've never met her.
Shahid Bhai is also coming.
See, unfortunately, I have to leave the taxi person there. Give my best to. And I hope that sometime I will go to right, at least to Mumbai.
We really wanted to talk more and more. Like, I was about to start with ma'am, but like
Some other days.
Better than next time.
But next time she comes to JT because she comes for some other I will ask her to contact us.
Mithila, make sure that like you bring ma'am to.
Yeah, now she is here, so yeah. Great.